excitement, pressure, or fear. If you've ever felt anxious or stressed or even ashamed about money, then this topic is made just for you. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Welcome to Accra Metropolitan University, a modern university driven by innovation and flexible learning. At Accra Met, we offer a friendly learning environment with study options designed around your life, online, in person, and weekend classes. Choose from an array of programs in business, law, education, sustainable governance, and more. From bachelor's and master's degrees to our PhD in leadership and sustainable governance. Take the next step in your future today. Apply now at akramet.edu.gh or call or WhatsApp 054 716 9761. Accra Metropolitan University, empowering minds, shaping futures. Welcome to Accra Metropolitan University, a modern university driven by innovation and flexible learning. At Accra Met, we offer a friendly learning environment with study options designed around your life, online, in person, and weekend classes. Choose from an array of programs in business, law, education, sustainable governance, and more. From bachelor's and master's degrees to our PhD in leadership and sustainable governance. Take the next step in your future today. Apply now at akramet.edu.gh or call or WhatsApp 054
This show is streamed live on Facebook and it will also be on YouTube for those who would like to go and watch later. Don't forget to engage on all of our posts. Now, we talk a lot about health, like our health and wellness, physical health, mental health, and self-care. But there's one part that we don't talk about enough. That's the financial wellness. Financial stress is not just about being broke. It's about the constant worry, the sleepless nights, and the silent calculations that goes on in our heads. Now, financial stress is when you constantly check your account balance. It is when you feel guilty for buying things that you actually need. You don't need to be poor to be financially stressed. You can be working, earning, hustling hard, and still feel completely unstable. That's why financial stress is actually a wellness issue and not just a money issue. Now, if you've been following this show and our health conversations, then this name needs no introduction. He's a friend of the show and a voice we've grown to love. Our famous health enthusiast, Nathaniel Quaye, is in the studio to help us understand the link between financial stress and our health, and most importantly, help us to understand and know how we can actually regain financial peace with realistic solutions. Nathaniel, good evening.
Good evening. When you were reading, should I say my bio? I was like, oh, okay. Friend of the show, fam.
Oh, yeah, you're a friend of the show. Like,
Anyway.
I hope you know, you are someone our audience has come to trust when it comes to our health and also lifestyle matter.
Then I think I should. I mean, I don't know if Accra Met is offering doctorate course because I want to become a doctor. So.
Good news. Like, well, guys, where they you're for real. Like,
Yes.
if you become a doctor, we will benefit from
Exactly.
it. For real, benefit
This
more
one
than
is-
you and your family.
this
Do
one
you
is
know?
Dr. Quay.
Dr. Quay, Shane them, so Shane Faye. Charlie, like, before we get into today's discussion, how have you been lately?
I've been good. Last Saturday was my birthday and my 30th birthday, Charlie, 3 decades.
Hey,
and
okay.
yes, so it was very fun and I thank God. I thank everybody that wished me and the gifts and everything. I'm very grateful and we are hoping to do better this year. I mean, that's the goal, to always beat our old records. So that's what I'm looking forward
that's
to.
good to hear.
Maybe this year I may release another book, or maybe not. Let's see.
Oh, nah. No, we like the former. Now, Nathaniel,
Yeah?
let's talk about what money stress really does to us.
So when you sent the was like money stress, I like the fact that you even explained what it is. And personally, when I don't have money, I become restless. If I let me break it down, I always want to use my personal encounter.
Please do.
When I do not have money, it's like my world is coming to an end.
Oh.
it's like I'm just scared that there will be any unforeseen demands. And I become stressful. I tend to panic. But when I have money, I live like a king.
I can relate.
Because if I should pour somebody something away, I know, oh, how much?
Hey, I'll pay. Sika ofi.
So what financial stress does to us is that it affects us emotionally and psychologically. It makes us very restless, and we are always thinking on how to make money.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do so that I can get money? And sometimes too, it's not even about how to, but the pressure it put on you alone makes you feel very uncomfortable and may make you do something you don't intend doing. So the pressure that comes with not having money, it's a lot.
It is.
And it affects us. It makes our mood very down. So sometimes you'll be moody, not because you are not well, but just because you don't have money.
Yeah.
But the once money enter your account, you become
No one can hold you back.
It affects the way we live or how we do things with time. Looking at the times where we have money, the way we become more excited, the more we become more stable, the more things become more easy compared to when we do not have money. How we behave, the way we react to things. Sometimes people get angry just like that, not because something had happened, but just because you don't have money.
It's true.
So,
When I don't have money, I fall sick.
You see you.
For real. When I don't have money, I fall sick. I will become pale. And when my dad sees me, he'll be like, "Dad, where there's Kayari." For real. Because only me. He knows how energetic I am.
Yeah, okay.
And when I don't have money...
It's like your world is crashing.
Like I say, Sebi, me huni mo bomb me. Oh yeah, I didn't able to cry. I'll be mad.
You take it like
For
that.
real. So, for many young people today, especially students and young workers, what are the things that trigger this financial stress?
First of all, we have to look at income that cannot cover expenses. When you actually spend more than
you earn,
it leads to financial stress. Because even when you are working, you are not even happy because after all, I'm just getting chicken change.
Yeah.
And it's not even able to equate how you are spending. So when your income is less than your needs, it leads to financial stress.
I see.
Growing debt and unpaid bills. When your debt keep increasing.
Yeah.
When you take quick loan.
Quick loan. Nathaniel, stop reading my mind. I don't like it. Quick loan for 12 vines.
One thing about quick loan is that, let's say you take, when you get any money, you pay, then you take again.
Yeah.
And by that realize your debt keeps increasing.
I think that's loan, no. I'm not even talking about quick loan.
But loan.
There are lots of loans on various apps and all. Loan is becoming something addictive.
Yeah.
I thought only alcohol and other
gaming,
drugs yes, but it's like loans are addictive.
I used to suffer that fate until I think was it last week. I was warned, do not take loan. It's not that I can't even pay, but sometimes you feel reluctant. And that's when the date is due. At that time, it's like you don't even have money.
Yes.
Then you become a bit stressful. So when your debt and unpaid bills keeps increasing, you tend to suffer financial stress. And also unexpected expenses such as illness and emergencies. When unexpectedly something happens.
I know, right?
Unexpectedly you are supposed to pay something.
These things they don't announce themselves.
Yes.
Whether you like it or yes.
It happens.
Yeah.
So when those things happen, it puts stress on us, especially when it's unbudgeted for. Sometimes when you can foresee it coming and you can maybe prepare. Maybe it may not come as expected, but maybe you prepared, but maybe how you prepared wasn't sufficient.
Yeah.
You can cope. Yeah. But when you have no idea, then it happens.
Yeah, I recall telling you about the land issue that happened in my family, and we had to move from Budubram to New Botiano. You see, it also caused like very huge financial stress on my parents because they were not expecting it. Like they didn't see it coming.
Especially when you're also used to certain lifestyle.
I know, right?
You see, it becomes more difficult when you want to adjust.
Yeah.
The home becomes more moody.
Because you are driven out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, and also social pressure to live beyond one's means. Right now, everybody wants to show off. Right now, if you're not holding the highest iPhone,
You're
then
not part.
you're not part of it. Even if you are holding, for people want to see the number of
Cameras.
cameras you have to determine how they can respect you.
But you know, we put those kind of pressure there. We put them on ourselves.
Exactly. So some are unforeseen, but there are some there. It is we know we do.
For real.
Yes. So, and also having family responsibility without enough resources. Sometimes people are burdened by family responsibilities. You see a 20-year-old man or old boy carrying the whole family's responsibilities. So the child becomes restless, always thinking on how to make money. He's always thinking because the whole family is dependent. Maybe he's doing some job and nothing is going on at home. So it means that every other expenses falls
on him.
So when some of these things happens,
there's financial
stress. People become financially stressed, and it can lead to so many things. Yeah.
I see. So what are the signs that we ignore?
Most of the times, even when we are resting, and we tend to think about money. At night, sometimes I can.
I get it.
You sleep and you wake up at like, hey.
That thing has moved from broken heart to financial stress.
Sometimes it's the finance.
Oh.
And if you don't take time, it's going to have a health toll on you.
Yeah,
so when we avoid bank statements, bills, or money conversation, when people are financially stressed, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to have any conversation with regards
about
to
money. Yeah.
So when you see those signs about people, or when you yourself you realize, of late when you're talking about money, it's like you should realize that I'm becoming financially stressed.
Yeah.
You get it. And also, when becoming irritable or defensive when money is discussed. Anytime money is being discussed, it's like you become more aggressive. The way you react to the whole conversation is different as compared to as at when you have money. When you're able to notice the difference, or when you see how your colleague behaves sometimes during the discussion, like you should realize that this person might be going through financial difficulties or it's financially stressed. Feeling tired, hopeless, or unmotivated. Sometimes when you do not have money or you're financially stressed, you become unmotivated. Nothing
Nathaniel, it is not our fault. Well, vibe. It's not our fault.
I get it.
Do you know the kind of happiness that money brings?
Exactly.
Who said money doesn't bring happiness? Sani paname penaka sembiachen. Me come one or two words.
Money does.
Money does.
Exactly.
Hey, money brings happiness.
Money does.
It brings motivation. It's an energy booster. So that's all motivated parts, Nadia. It's very true.
And I relate to this topic so much because I go through them. I go through them. Sometimes you make money, but after checking your expense, like sometimes you may even think maybe you overspent, but you do a calculate like Charlie. Nobody has cheated you. Your expenses are more than your income, and
it's true.
You have to look at how best to solve those situations. And also borrowing repeatedly to survive each month. Some people, it is not their fault, but they had to borrow. Some people are earning, as I indicated, they are earning less than their expenses. So they have to borrow elsewhere. When the money comes, they have to put
replace
it inside. Then come and borrow it again. See, it becomes very stressful.
That is traditional quick loan. If you are not borrowing on a digital platform and you are doing it like hand to hand, it's traditional quick loan.
Exactly.
Because Mitana had like, my sister.
At least you have a sister to fall on. So.
Yeah, I know, right?
And when you get money pay, you have to pay.
Yes.
And when you don't have money, you still have to fall on her. And so when it becomes overburdened, now you become very stressful. Things tend to change. You're not happy. You're not motivated. Sometimes it's nothing. Nobody's worrying you, but just that thing alone. If that thing could be sorted, you see the kind of happiness. And funny, sometimes when an unexpected money comes, and it's all down. Like sometimes you become excited, sometimes you become very unhappy. Like, if that money were to be mine,
for
I
real.
would have done.
It's like, you see, this topic, this issue is for bankers. You are always seeing money, you are always counting money, but it's not yours.
Yours, exactly. That's how it feels. So even when the money comes, you don't feel the happiness that you would have felt if it's coming to you,
to
so
your
you
account.
can spend. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And also, finally, difficulty concentrating at work and home. When you see a sign that you find it very difficult concentrating at home, not all cases, but most of the cases, when you find it very difficult, or when it comes to home, you are not happy, you go to work, you are not happy, you don't know what's wrong with you, and you realize that actually when anytime money is discussed, you become aggressive, you feel offended with money, then you will see that these are signs of me being stressed about money. So these are some few things I think we can look at, or when people see those signs, they can see, or even sometimes when you are suffering for something you wouldn't see, but somebody who is listening or who is watching, when they notice some of these things, they can. I mean, sometimes most of the time when people are going through it, they don't want to share.
Yeah.
And so when you have that kind of relationship with the person, try and find out if everything is okay. Not just everything is okay, but try and tip the person. See the kind of happiness the person.
It's true.
Yeah.
But right now, we've hit on people who don't have money.
Yeah.
The signs for people who don't have money and they are going through
Yeah.
financial stress. That's like comprehensive. But there are people who have money. Nathaniel, they have the money. But still, they are financially stressed. With such people, how will we see, or like the signs, how would they be?
Then I think if you have money, when you have a lot of money and you are financially stressed, you should look at your expenditure. Most of the times, when your expenses become more than, and sometimes you tend to even buy things you don't use.
No, overconsumer.
Yes, it affects your income. It affects, even if you are saving, it affects your savings. So you have to look at your lifestyle. Most of the time, it has to do with lifestyle.
Okay.
Because there are people who are very humble, but the moment they get money, you see the real them in displaying. You understand?
Yeah.
And I've always, most of the things that happen to us always has to do with the lifestyle we tend to choose. So we have to adopt a lifestyle that works for us. When you have money, you are cool. When you don't have money, you are cool. You don't overspend, you don't overdo things, you don't even impress people. But if you want people to see that you have money,
At the end of the day,
it affects you.
It's like it attracts people to you, and it
And people
attracts
will demand
problems. Then
People will demand because
Yes.
the guy always car. And if you don't give to, it also becomes a problem. This guy is stingy upon all what he has. I mean, wow.
But they are saving towards something great.
You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes you also have to check our lifestyle. Most of the time, it's our lifestyle that betrays us.
Hey, Nathaniel Minchawanu. Well, Vines, please, I beg you. If you see me and you see a DB, I beg in the name of God, don't see me like that. I need money I need money than anybody on this earth. See, someone wants to gift you something, but they will feel like, oh, girl, we can make money 50 cedis square and so many. Maybe there's so many. I sending me BB, send them.
I think people look at people's personality and they judge them. I usually suffer that a lot. Now someone wants to give something. Oh, if I give you 300 cedis, you'll be okay. See, hey!
Well, Vines. Hey, that's not a outside hole. You ask someone before you send them 300 poly cities.
I was like, oh,
Nathaniel, African prince now. I
think so.
Nathaniel, start wearing t-shirts and basic tops.
No, don't say you are broke.
And let them send their 300 at least. Go for where they have to my account, mine.
I think sometimes it also helps. In a sense, I've been in a situation where somebody had wanted to work with a person, and the person, we had a very long conversation. Initially, I would have charged maybe 1,000 cedis, but I learned something about communication. I learned something about budgeting. I learned something about negotiation. When you are negotiating, always make sure that the person giving you the offer gives what he wants to offer
Yeah,
you
the
first.
budget.
Gives what he wants to.
Yes.
So
And with that, I would say thank you to someone. The person is called Koku Jiwonu. Koku, if you are listening to me right now, thank you so much. Koku taught me that if someone gives you an offer, don't be quick to give them your range, the money or anything. Let them give you the budget first. And it has helped me. It has.
So I think it helped because I would have charged about 1,000, but the person said, "Oh, if I should give you about 3,000, will it be okay for you?"
Hey.
Then it was a rule. It is a rule I learned. When a person gives you the offer, don't make it look as if
you are smaller than that. Don't belittle yourself.
So I asked, if you add about 500 cedis, I think it's going to help.
Okay.
The person
me there. Koku, you didn't tell me that part too. You didn't tell me that.
And the person did give me what I requested. I would have said 1,000 cedis, but the person gave me additional 1,500 cedis in addition to what I would have.
I see.
So it's something I learned in negotiation, and I think people who are watching can also learn, especially in terms of negotiating. Yeah. Always make sure whoever is negotiating with you gives you an offer. If the offer is very bad, that's when you can ask for a raise. Oh, it wouldn't help because I'll do ABC.
What if it's too high?
If it's too high, you still have to ask for more. Because
how?
Yes, what I said is an example.
Hey, Nathaniel,
no,
you are becoming an ocean. You
see, people, it also has to do with the value you also offer. Don't make a request where you know you can't deliver. Because you should know yourself. At this one I can do regardless. Even if I close my eyes, I will do.
Yeah.
So when you know your value, no amount of money can quantify how much you are being paid.
Yeah.
You understand? In terms of everything, no amount of value. As we are sitting here, maybe I'm spending 30 minutes here. If I ask you to pay me, somebody will sit 30 minutes and take over 100,000 just for 30 minutes. Somebody too will spend 30 minutes and not get anything.
Yeah.
But maybe the person who didn't get anything can do a better job, but maybe because the person does not have one value has to do a lot of maybe branding, how the person position him or herself, the environment and all what have you. Some of the people will just look at you have a car, so you are rich. Meanwhile, somebody may not have a car, but the person has more money than the person who has a car. So it is the impression you create during that period of time. So it depends on the situation anyway. So you have to know that, okay, this is me, this is what I can do. And if you have what it takes, if you have the value, ask for more. You deserve it. You see, that's what I always tell people. So I always tell people that don't just get too comfortable where you are. Keep learning, keep advancing, keep balancing, because with time you meet an audience or you meet people who value whatever you are. You tend to give out because you can give the same thing to one person, the person will not appreciate. You give another thing, the same thing to another person say, "Hey, I've not seen this before." Hey, So when
but some people are naturally very good at appreciating things.
Yeah.
Someone like me, there are some amounts of money that I have seen before, some that I haven't seen before, but the least you do for me, I truly and genuinely appreciate it, because it's not your responsibility to do it, but you still did it.
Yeah.
You see, so some people are naturally like that. My mommy say, "Oh man, idea back. Obey to me the whole year. She will be thankful and like
exactly. And I think those people are people we should also look at and appreciate them, because see, I've always been of the opinion that people that appreciate a little thing, they deserve more when you have the chance. And I think so all this thing has to do with how well we know ourselves, how well we can improve our finances so that we cannot become financially stressed. You understand? When you're able to know your value, when you're able to manage yourself very well, you'll be able to bring more income. And also, you also have to get self-discipline where, okay, since I'm making 10,000, say, don't overspend because I'm making 10,000 because I know I'm going to make, no. live within your budget. Maybe you can have some few luxury, which they are okay, but don't overspend, don't overdo things, because when you do that, the financial stress, no matter how much you may be earning, you still
You'll
go
still be
you still go through.
stressed.
Yeah.
That is true. Well, Vines, we've heard it all, but we digressed. Okay, we are sorry for that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the solutions since we've seen the signs.
Yeah. So first of all, what solution I always tell people is face the facts. When I say face the fact, know your income, expenses, and debts. Where you know your income, you know how much you owe, you know how much you are spending. You become very careful, and you allocate each and every to each of them. And one thing I've also learned about how to debt. If you're an entrepreneur or if you're a human being, you should know how to manage debt. When, let's say, you earn about 1,000 cedis and you have a debt of 5,000 cedis, you shouldn't use the whole 1,000 cedis to clear off the 5,000, like to clear off. I mean, so that
The
you
portion.
left a portion. Let's say if maybe your expenses is about, if you are 700 cedis, use about
300.
200 cedis to pay your debt.
Okay.
And save 100 cedis.
Okay.
Use 200 cedis to save. Although it may take time, but you will not feel it. You will not really feel that you are paying the debt. At the long run, you may also have some few savings in case of any uncertainty. But if you are in a rush to pay all your debt, see, although you may be able to pay all your debt, but you will suffer at the end of it.
That's true.
It may end up, maybe if you may end up having certain diseases, because maybe you may not be eating very well. You may be skipping meals and what have you. So when you want to clear debt, you need to know your expenses. If you have to even cut down some few expenses, cut down the expenses and create room for some portion of the money so that you can service your debt. It's called debt servicing. So service debt. By the time you are living normally, but you are also within a year or two. It's better for you to keep the debts there and constant pay. Let the person, I'll give you 100 cedis
Every day.
and make sure that you stick with it. If there are days where you can give more, give more. But you also have to live a life so that by the time you finish paying your debt, you don't also have another disease where you also need more money to
take care of.
Take care of. So, and also cut what you can control. When you have, if there are, let's say, in every month you want to, let's say, go to the gym like 5 times. There are people who pay monthly. There are people who pay every day, or something that you know you can cut that wouldn't affect.
Okay.
Maybe some people they love TikTok, so they buy a lot of data. So sometimes maybe you can manage. If you don't use data for something important, you can manage and cut down. Maybe in a month you like going out, you like going to 3 places. You can cut down 2 places and 1, so that you can manage your finance very well. And also build emergency buffers. So we have savings. When you are clearing your debt, as I explained, you need to clear debt, you need to have expenses, and you also have something to save on, so that in case there is any emergency you don't plan on. I think we should find time to talk about money. Like money, because it's very important. A lot of people make a lot of money, but they don't know how to manage it. So you should be able to create a fund only for emergency, and you should even indicate the type of emergency. If you have an stomach, it's not an emergency.
But emergency is not always. It doesn't always come in a big form.
Yes,
There are some small things that if you don't give the needed or the required attention to, they can escalate it to something else. So emergency they present themselves in bits.
Yes.
It can start from running stomach. So don't say.
I'm just so you see. So you need to
don't let my dad hear that running stomach is not emergency. I beg.
So let me put this in a better way. You see, there are certain things that you need to create an emergency fund.
Yeah.
Let's say you need something serious. You need to have a fund for that. Or even if nothing, you just have to have an emergency fund. If the thing is not serious, you don't touch that money.
Okay.
If the thing is not serious, let's say you need to attend to a funeral. Maybe something happened, you need to attend to a funeral. Maybe the person is not too close to you, and maybe you have saved maybe at 300, you know that when you go, you spend at 300 cedis, and like funeral is not so much important, the person is not too much close to you, you can decline to save your money. But when it's important, then it becomes an emergency.
Yeah. And when it's important, we know within ourselves that it is.
Yes.
Human beings, Ankasa, we know good from bad, but we always do what we feel comfortable with. Do you understand me? We always know the things that require our attention and the things that do not. But that's what we do at the end of the day.
Sometimes you can be there and you feel like taking yogurt. You have an emergency fund. Wow, then you're going to break it. You're going to break it just to satisfy your head. Sometimes you need to be disciplined.
Yes, discipline your body.
And also, finally, seek support. Some people find it very difficult asking for help. They find it very difficult. Somebody can be with you. The person hasn't eaten since morning. Maybe you may have some few CDs to spare, but the person cannot ask you. See, if you are going through stress, sometimes you may have a close pal you can fall onto. I'm like that. I find it very difficult asking for help. So I have one friend, Gilbert. Charlie Gilbert, what's up? I mean, I'm not get 50 CDs crowd. You know, that kind of. If he has, he sends me. If he doesn't have,
he'll tell you.
Me too. Make sure. Sometimes, he did something I will never forget. Sometimes he went to even borrow money from me.
Oh.
And I'm somebody when people do.
Then I catch Gilbert. Oh.
Yeah. So you should always talk to someone. You know, it shouldn't be a habit. There are certain people, for them, their begging is their habit. They like begging.
I don't want to mention it.
That's not what
I don't want to mention names.
But if you are going through financial stress, talk to someone.
Yeah.
Maybe the person can stand in for you. Maybe at that point in time, the person can borrow you some money to solve the problem. And when you are okay, the person can. You can pay the person back.
Yeah, but for some people, it's like it's pride. Because for me, and I think you too, on what you just said, sometimes we feel like, oh, nipana mi kobi sano, ni bottom, and they also have a family. But some people, they are too proud. Oh no, maybe sell 50 cities, agent 50 cities. Oh, yeah,
exactly. So for me, I always say, you see, and funny, people see you to be rich. When you say, oh, can you borrow me like 50? They will like, Are you sure? Are you sure you are the one?
That is why I said nobody should see me as a DB. I am not a DB. So I have 50 CDs now. They say, so many. Bro. Send me. If you have my number, send me those small 20 CDs, 30 CDs, 10 CDs. Yeah, I know it's me to be.
Exactly. I remember I usually do not keep money on my phone because of this process. So I normally withdraw or put it somewhere. So that day I didn't have money on my phone and my prepaid got finished. So I asked one of my friends, oh, can you give me 20 CDs to buy? The person had to call me and find out if my phone is hacked. And I was like, oh, like serious. And the person sent it. So if I had not confirmed by my, it was like, because they see you to be.
Nathaniel Quaye or no.
See,
for real.
Sometimes it's not that you don't even have the money, but at that point in time, you don't have that money on your phone to do what you are supposed to. So sometimes, so ask for help. So that's I asked for help because if I were to like, hey, how will
the person see you?
I don't.
He will see you how you are. We need to sometimes we need to bring ourselves to that level that we think we can't be at.
Yeah.
Because they are what to say. People must come to you. Hey, you will be in need, and you will not know what to do.
Very true.
For real.
So for me, I always tell people, see, we are all human, and even the richest person sometimes gets broke.
Yes.
But sometimes because of their leverage, they can go to the bank and say, oh, I want 50,000, 100,000, and they'll be giving it to them because of their status.
Yeah.
So rich people get broke too. Rich people would think, at some point in their life, they tend to also go through financial stress or financial difficulty.
That's true.
So nobody is beyond financial difficulty or financial stress.
I see. My people, dearest Wellvites, financial wellness is not about how much you have. It's about how safe and how safe and also hopeful you are about what you have. So don't be hard on yourself. Any last words?
One thing I will tell people is they should learn financial literacy, where you know how to manage your funds. Most of the times you don't go through financial stress,
Okay.
but you know how to manage your funds. So not everybody can be an entrepreneur. At first I thought everybody could have somebody like there is no job and the government. I was like, why can't you? Then I realized that not everybody can be an entrepreneur, because I can go to financial stress and still contain the heat, thrive, and something may come out of it. Somebody cannot go through that stress. So we need to understand financial literacy. Financial literacy are not being taught in schools. So get books that explain what financial literacy is. I mean, most of one book I love
And then
is
they are, sorry to interrupt, but these people that we are talking about, those who cannot take the risk, they are the same people who don't like self-development books.
Exactly.
And Kodebe read the self-development, and Kodebe read the romance novel.
Exactly.
A true was.
So I always encourage my friends. So one book I always recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you really want to understand life, how money works, I mean, make sure you don't go through the rat race. I mean, those are things you can learn from Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I will always encourage people to learn financial literacy. It's something you cannot do away with. It's part of us. So it's better you understand what is coming in, what is going, how can I develop myself to be more valuable, to bring in more income, how can I cut down expenses, how can I invest, what can I invest. So we need to understand all these things, because those are the things that is going to help us escape financial stress and financial difficulty. Yeah, I think we should look
Thank
at
you
that,
so much, Nathaniel. You've said it all. Thank you so much. Now, well, Vines, I believe today's discussion has been helpful. This show is all about sharing all the best approaches to a healthier lifestyle. Stay tuned for more.
Welcome to Accra Metropolitan University, a modern university driven by innovation and flexible learning. At Accra Met, we offer a friendly learning environment with study options designed around your life, online, in person, and weekend classes. Choose from an array of programs in business, law, education, sustainable governance, and more. From bachelor's and master's degrees to our PhD in leadership and sustainable governance. Take the next step in your future today. Apply now at akramet.edu.gh or call or WhatsApp 054 716 9761. Accra Metropolitan University, empowering mind.
Welcome once again to the Innovation Hub segment. This is the part of the show where we talk about problem-solving ideas and creations that people are putting out there for life to become easier. For today's innovation story, most of you will remember the story of a young Rastafarian student who in 2021 made headlines in Ghana when he was initially denied admission to Achimota School because he refused to cut his dreadlocks, which was also against the grooming policy of the school. And for him, it was a matter of identity and conscience. His case ultimately went to the High Court in Accra, which ruled that denying him entry on that basis violated his constitutional rights to education and religious freedom. This young lad that I'm talking about goes by the name Tyrone Iras Magai. After the legal victory, Tyrone completed his secondary education at Achimota School, scoring 8 A1s in the WASI and also won awards in the international mathematics and science competitions, including top honors in the American Mathematics Olympiad. His academic excellence attracted multiple offers from prestigious universities, and he chose to study computer engineering at the University of Pennsylvania on a full scholarship worth over 1.4 million US dollars. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. While studying in his dormitory, he embarked on an extraordinary engineering project. He built a functional computer brain from scratch. I'm not talking about the software code. He physically designed a working 8-bit arithmetic logic unit, which is the core component that performs calculations inside a computer using 3,488 transistors. Now, this project took more than 250 hours of design, testing, and verification, and it was built by hand, transistor by transistor, something most engineers never attempt, even in professional lab settings. His design was validated with more than 1.2 million test vectors and can perform 19 different arithmetic and logic operations, essentially demonstrating how a processor's brain works at the most fundamental level. Watch this. From a dorm room and like from a courtroom in Accra to a dorm room in Pennsylvania, performing wonders. Well, Vines, this should be a reminder that our struggles can become the foundation for world class inventions. So, in life, never give up. Wellness Wednesday is supported by Accra Metropolitan University. Accra Met has all that it takes to make you the next formidable inventor in the world. Here, success grows through a culture that dares students to materialize vision into visible transformation. We are located at Spintex Bachona District. Contact us on 0547 169 761 or visit our website at www.accramet.edu.gh. Accra Metropolitan University, empowering minds, shaping future.
Welcome to Accra Metropolitan University, a modern university driven by innovation and flexible learning. At Accra Met, we offer a friendly learning environment with study options designed around your life, online, in person, and weekend classes. Choose from an array of programs in business, law, education, sustainable governance, and more. From bachelor's and master's degrees to our PhD in leadership and sustainable governance. Take the next step in your future today. Apply now at akramet.edu.gh or call or WhatsApp 054 716 9761. Accra Metropolitan University, empowering minds, shaping futures.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This segment is called the Word Flex segment. You learn a new word today and then you flex the whole of the week. So, our Word Flex word is juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. It's a noun. Juxtaposition is the act of placing two things side by side to highlight contrast or create deeper meaning. For example, the film uses juxtaposition to contrast wealth and poverty within the same city. 2. The designer relied on juxtaposition of colors and textures to make the piece stand out. Synonyms of the word include contrast, comparison, placement, side-by-side arrangement. For those who studied literature, there's a literary device called oxymoron, and it behaves like the juxtaposition because it also relies on construct. This is where we draw the curtains on edition 16 of Wellness Wednesday. Shout outs to my behind the scenes superheroes, Mixtake Apex, Greener Abdul Hakim, and Nathaniel Quaye. Shout outs to our sponsors and to you, our cherished well vines. Thank you all for your loyalty and also your commitment to this work. My name is Roxanne, and until next time, don't be hard on yourself, especially when it's about money. Take care. Bye.